Griffin the Griffin by BlackWing. Chapter 36. Rampage. 6 dragons. I've got my initial sword charged, so once that's spent, I'll have to try to either bite them or you'll have to give me energy vial so I can recharge it. I don't need to kill them, just take off one of their wings. They'll be focused on the ship, which will be hammering them with cannon fire, so we just need to go invisible, get behind, and chop their wings off. They'll fall into the ocean. Got it, Trix? The ship can take a few hits, and we'll have the first dragon down before they know we've even started. Alright. She was clearly scared. I wonder why I'm not. I should be going out of my mind right now. If I can't do this, I'm dead, and so are the Gilda, Nadine, Maria, Etch, Growl, Shimmer, Trixie, the main 6, and my whole tribe. Oh, wait, I know why. Because they survive. I've seen an episode that happens after this, and they'll all be fine. Hey, Trix, do you trust me? She nodded, then gulped. Do you trust me? She asked in return. I nodded as well. Then what are we waiting for? The two of us yelled. Keep your head down and be ready with the invisibility. We'll get through this. Are you ready? Yes, let's do this. And let's show the world what we're made of. Then hold on tight. Ah! We charged. Blade at my side, glowing softly, Trixie's horn shining as we barreled towards the dragons, and all at once disappeared from view. Red, green, blue, red, yellow, purple. 6 dragons. There's the first one. They don't know we're here. Last throw! We came back into view as the green dragon's right wing came off by my sword. I grabbed hold of the stump and bit into it, letting the sour taste fill my mouth before dismounting the soon-to-be swimming serpent. The first red dragon spotted us and took a deep breath. Protego! The dragon's flames washed over us, although we weren't affected at all. We may as well have been made of iron. It was a little toasty, but no damage at all. Flying out of the stream of flame, we circled around, getting behind the dragon and grabbing hold. It tried for a moment to shake us off before I drove my blade through its scales and into its spine. It went limp, then began to fall. The sharpness spell wore off with my sword still in its back. Trix! The sword is stuck! Help me pull! Magic won't work on it, remember? Damn it! We spun around as we tumbled towards the wide blue beneath, trying desperately to dislodge the dragon-slaying blade from the deceased spine. The sword came loose with the help of another dragon, who grabbed hold of both me and one of its claws. It began to squeeze, forcing the air out of my lungs. With my last gasp, I was able to mutter, last throw! And swing the sword, slicing the dragon's claw off. More blood. Sword recharged, I cast the spell again and rammed it right into the blue dragon's chest, then pulled it out before the enchantment wore off. I tried to cover the spot where I had stabbed its heart with a stump, but even with a hand, it would have been able to stop the inevitable. It fell to the ocean below, causing the crystal blue waters to be stained black with its dead blood. The green dragon had swam to its corpse and was using it as a raft to try to stay in rest, but it was too heavy. It sank and drowned, then, in death, bloated and floated up to the surface. The 3 other dragons had flown past, and were now in range of the possibility, which opened fire. The rumble of cannons discharging their loads filled the air, as well as a roar from the second red dragon, who had taken 3 cannibals to the forehead at point-blank range. He faltered and fell, then regained his bearings and flew back up. The yellow and purple dragons had grabbed either end of the ship and were trying to pull it apart with limited success. They then began rocking it, trying to throw those inside off balance. They can't hit the dragons, they're defenseless! Trixie cried out. I'm going! Accelero! I flew far faster than I normally could, charging my sword as I went. I crashed into the purple dragon's head with the flat of my blade first, stunning it and making it let go. Lacero! A downwards vertical slash, splitting the dragon's head in 2. As it fell, Trixie took to magically pulling the blood into my mouth in a thick red stream. It only works if it's alive. Good idea, though. We'll do that on the next one. Invisible again, I circled around the severed both the red dragon's wings with a double horizontal cut, sending it plummeting to the sea below. Trixie did as she did before, bringing the stream into my mouth. Good, just one more! The yellow one! Crap! I was looking at the back of the ship while it was at the front. It was spewing flame right at the bridge. I took off towards the front of the ship, flames washing over it. I used Protect to fly right through the stream of fire and smash the dragon's nose with the flat of my blade. This made it back up and stop trying to fry the passengers. It flew backwards a fair ways, then began to charge towards the front of the ship. It was going to ram it. I'm not sure how exactly hard its shell is, but there's only a reinforced glass pane in front of the bridge. It would send deadly glass shards throughout the entire room it collided. It was already exhausted from casting so many spells, and I could barely fly. I started to topple a bit, but I was held upright with a purple glow. I turned behind me to see Twilight standing on the bridge holding me up. Trix! Blood and a blue one! She passed me both vials, which I drank. The dragon was accelerating. I focused as hard as I could on the sword, charging it fully 3 times. Accelero! Protego! Lacero! Speed, protect, cut. Looking behind, there was now a purple shield at the front of the ship to guard against the dragon's impact. The deck was being lowered as I dove at the last dragon, yellow, coming from the west with the setting sun. Mouth agape, ready to bite into the possibility when it collided. I flew as fast as I could, my speed enhanced by the spell, sword at my side, humming as it split the air, and the edge spanning the dragon's mouth. It blew flames at me, which had no effect due to my protection spell. I dove right into them as I cut that bastard in 2, separating its top half from its bottom, tip to tail. The bottom half fell away, below the ship when the top collided with it, bouncing off Twilight's shield with a thud, making it shatter but having done its job nonetheless. The top fell into the ocean with the rest of it. I flicked the blood off my sword, bringing it to the side, then placed it in its hilt. Trixie had fallen asleep on my back. Such rapid invisibility spells trying to keep me steady, moving dragon blood around for me to drink. She had worn herself out. Hey, you. Let's get back to the ship. Then as my adrenaline wore off, my wings just stopped moving. I closed my eyes and let myself fall to the ocean below. Hey, he's waking up. A voice in the dark. My eyelids shuddered, opening only to be burned by the bright light before closing them. Everything was hazy as I tried to get up. I felt myself being pushed back down. Whoa! Hey now, just lay there. You need your rest. But, the ship, crew, dragons. Shh. It's all okay. Everything's fine. A soft voice with a gentle nuzzling on my face. I opened my eyes, slowly this time, to see Fluttershy right next to me, and the rest of the main 6 and my crew in what looked to be a hospital room, with me lying in the bed. Well, welcome back. Don't ever scare me like that again. Gilda dove at me and wrapped her arms around me, crying in my shoulder. I thought I lost you. Oh, hey, so, did we win? She backed up to look at me, my eyes slightly unfocused. Yes, you won. 2 days ago. You've been asleep for a whole day. Oh. Sorry, I worried you. I just had to save the ship. No big deal. No big deal? Dude, you just wiped the floor with 6 full-grown dragons! Rainbow Dash started gushing. I have to say you were in a dreadful state afterwards, drenched in blood and seawater. You fell to the ocean after you passed out. It took Gilda, Maria, and Rainbow Dash to fish you out. Luckily, they got you in time before you sank, Rarity stated. And you almost fried yourself, using spells like that one after another. You're lucky you don't have brain damage, Twilight scolded. As a studious element of magic who often burned herself out, she knows all about magic exhaustion and how to lessen its effects. Oh, you just kept throwing up and shaking. Seizures non-stop for the first hour. It was so scary. Fluttershy peeped. If Twilight, who was so well learned and skilled that she could technically be a doctor for magic-related illness, and Nurse Fluttershy had to work on me near non-stop for the past 2 days just so my head wouldn't explode, how bad was I? It still feels like it might. Even I ain't never overworked myself like that before. What the heck got into you? Applejack asked. Couldn't let the ship go down, could I? No, I suppose not, Rarity added. Where's Trixie? She's fine. She wasn't injured, just exhausted from overworking herself with all those spells. The whole time she kept making you invisible, keeping you steady, making your turns sharper with telekinesis, trying to hold you up when you passed out. She's talented, but I don't think she has nearly as much endurance with magic as I do, so she fell asleep. She's up now, taking a shower, I think, Twilight explained. It's good that she's okay. Everyone is okay?
Yes, everyone is okay, thanks to you, you big knucklehead.
Gil was looking at me with happy tears. She wrapped her arms around me once again while I lay in bed, and just stayed like that for a while until her stomach grumbled and ruined the moment. Well, I guess I'll go up to the top deck and eat some, Albaldash stated before ushering the group out. Shimmer was sleeping soundly at the foot of my bed, so now only myself, the young dragon, and Twilight remained in the room. I have to say, that was impressive. I don't understand how you did it, but it has something to do with that sword. It's also bad for your health. You used way too much magic for someone who's not supposed to have it, and who hasn't practiced with using it. You have to build something like that slowly. It's not just to use all at once, or you'll hurt yourself. Even after we got you out of the ocean, you almost died. Yeah, and that just serves as a perfect example. I need to do things I shouldn't be able to, so I have to break the rules. One does not simply kill dragons and walk away unscathed. I'm no Princess Celestia or Luna, so considering that I'm bedridden for now, this would be the perfect opportunity to arrest me. Really? No, you should have seen it when they dragged you on board. Covered in blood and seawater, even unconscious. Every pony was afraid of you. That and your crew is much bigger than the 8 of you. You'd get almost 40 cats here. There was never a chance of us catching you. Right from the start, we were in way over our heads. Coming from Celestia's prized pupil? Wow, I never thought I'd see the day when you admitted there was something you couldn't handle. Oh, hey, letters. Mind opening them? I kinda can't right now.
Dear Griffin the Griffin, Betsy, no! The temple was locked on purpose. Why did you kill my beloved pet? It saddens me that I am no longer best pony. However, if I am to be outdone, I am glad it is Twilight Sparkle who has taken that position. It is good to know that Echo is not part of your crew, as we intend to reward him for his efforts in saving Wethoff, and it would not be due for him to be a wanted criminal. Sincerely, Princess Luna.
And the second one?
Dear Griffin the Griffin, I swear if any harm comes to my little ponies, you shall pay dearly. I am not to be trifled with, and while merciful, I will not be should my student or any of her friends come to danger. You have been warned. It is also disturbing to know that several inhabitants of this world who are not who they appear to be. You, as well as Echo, whom we theorize must also be one of your kind, due to the fact that he is highly sophisticated, a trait unheard of in diamond dogs. Who else do you know of that is not of this world? Sincerely, Princess Celestia.
Well, someone's got her knickers in a knot. Quill? She passed me a paper and parchment, wondering what knickers were. Dear Princess Celestia, there's no need for such hostility. I couldn't hurt them if I tried. It's not in my capabilities. In fact, I spent the better half of the day being nursed back to health by them, after I risked my life to save theirs, so stuff it, okay? She's here, right next to me, so stop worrying so much. I told you before, they'll be fine. She's going to write the next part.
Hello, Princess, it's me, Twilight. I am in good health, we all are, thanks to Griffin. He stood alone against 6 full-grown dragons to protect us, and won. As such, he is currently beyond our capabilities to capture, and we are giving up the chase. We will return to Ponyville, where I will write to you again. I cannot tell you where we are, else he won't send this letter, for fear of you coming after him.
See, she's fine. Quit worrying so much. You got enough on your mind to worry about running a country, doing a fine job at that, so you don't need to get stressed over nothing. And Luna, spiders are evil. I killed your pet because she was trying to eat me! Don't raise monsters! Sincerely, Griffin. Alright, Twilight, since you're not chasing anymore, I suppose I can show you one spell.
Really?
She began hopping excitedly. pass me that gem lamp, will you?
Why? I mean, how can that help with magic?
Submito ad celestia. The letter vanished, and she went wide-eyed.
What did you do?
Well, non-unicorns don't have enough magical ability to catch spells. So, either by having a unicorn give a gem a blank charge, or by doing it ourselves, which takes a lot longer, we can build up the necessary magic level to cast a spell, which is directed through a combination of an intent and spoken word. That's all I'm going to tell you. I don't want to take the fun away of it. As for my sword, it acts the same way, but it only works with me. I'm not going to tell you why, but that's basically why I nearly fried my brains. I had to use a lot of spells out there. Shimmer woke up with a yarn, then turned to look at me, still awake, in twilight. Hey, sleepyhead. Thanks for keeping me company.
No problem. After all, you took care of those mean dragons. The yellow one, he was the one who...
Tears started to well up in her eyes again. I grabbed her and held her close. Shh, shh. No need for tears. He's gone. He can never hurt anyone ever again. Cheer up, okay? As long as you've got me, Gilda, Nadine, Trixie, Maria, Etch, and Growl, nothing bad can happen to you. We'll take care of you. After all, what's family for? She hugged me tight before backing away, wiping the tears from her eyes and smiling. All right, Shimmer. Go up to the top deck and get something to eat. I'll be up shortly.
Okay.
She jumped off the bed and walked to the door. Are you and Miss Sparkle friends now? Her question took me off guard. Yes. I suppose we are. And then he was all like, whoosh! Piggy began throwing her front hooves around in dramatic motions. And then he was all like, yeah! Dash at it, swinging a sword made out of clouds, which poofed on Piggy's head. And then he was all invisible, and they were like, where'd he go? And he was like, right behind you. And then, bam! Piggy continued. And then the yellow one was all, no you didn't, but then he was all, oh yeah? And then he cut him in half. Hey, did I miss something? I asked as I stepped onto the deck. Everyone went quiet except for Fluttershy, who let out an eep. What? Come on, I'm not that scary, am I? I haven't took a shower. I'm not covered in blood and grime anymore. Well, alright. Come and sit down, and I'm sorry for being so hard on you. I thought you were just lying under your teeth about everything, but seeing you out there, I know I was wrong. Applejack apologized. Don't worry about it. If I was in your position, I'd probably have thought the same way. But enough about that. I'm starved. Which of you do I get to eat first? I was met by blank stares of horror. You know, when you're too afraid to do anything, even move your face so your mouth just hangs open. Joking! Alright, let's see. Cinder fruit. Yummy. I sat and I began to eat one of the round green fruits. They actually taste like a mix of lemon and cinnamon. Equestria has the strangest fruits. Well, in the jungle at least. That wasn't funny! Dash scowled. Oh well. Anyway, my head doesn't feel like it's got a nail in it anymore, but I should probably rest for another day before I go dragon slaying again. Some drinks were spat out, and I just earned myself some glares. What do you mean, again? Rarity asked. Well, first there was a big black one, then there was one that attacked the villages, and then there's those 6, so my total count is at 8. Probably gonna happen again, and I just hope it isn't soon. Well, the fearless leader's back up and about you now, is he? Well, it was a fine job you did taking care of those pests. I know she's tough, but against 6 dragons, we would have been sunk if it weren't for you. You saved me, ship, and for that, I feel I owe you a little something. Even if you're wearing it just for yourself. Steelhorn passed me a set of rainbow scale mail. Red at the front, the largest area, changing colors on bands as it went down the length, made of none other than scales. It covered the entire body except the heads, paws, and claws, but it goes all the way up to the neck. It covered the leading edge of the wings, so I wouldn't have my wings cut off. What? How? I fished the dragon's bodies out of the sea, stripped off the scales, red, yellow, green, blue, purple. Chimera helped me forge them. She's got a good set of lungs on her. The flames really helped. I used the measurements from your old armor, making a few additions. Now it's magic resistant. He patted the little dragon on the head. So that's what you two were up to yesterday that got Shimmer so tuckered out.
I wanted it to be a surprise and to say thank you, for giving me a family again, she said meekly.
Well, you're welcome. I put it on. It was easy to move in. Not heavy at all. Durable, magic resistant, and judging by the way the look in Rarity's eyes, fucking gorgeous. I love it.
It's fantastic, the fashionista unicorn declared dramatically. It's one of a kind, stylish, functional. Oh, what I would give to have something like that in my showcase. The customers it would attract. It was fun to make. Mr. Steelhorn showed me how. He says I was really helpful,
Shimmer said with pride. Well then, considering the fact that I know you have more skills than what it took to make this, how about this, Shimmer? You and Steelhorn make one for each of my crew. Would you like that?
Oh, really? Yay! Can we, please? She turned to the Minotaur and gave him the puppy dog eyes.
You dastardly pirate, using the kid to rope me into doing it without pay. Oh, all right. Besides, it's not too often I get to make such fine craftsmanship. On one condition, the little dragon becomes my apprentice. I licked to Shimmer, who was absolutely giddy, Gilda, who gave a nod, and everyone else, who gave a smile. Mr. Steelhorn, you've got yourself a deal.